We do have our next two teams on stage here. We have fartos and peppered crabs. Something to note is that the what is it? Salted fiction has peppered crabs are the sister team to salted fiction, from what we have. But we see a shout out to a Nyx on Fardos' side. So again, two popular people. You know, I was gonna make this comment before. When I went to go get water before this, Allie bumped into me. It was just like, oh hey, looks at my shirt. It's Devvy. And I'm like, yes, it is. And it's just like, I'm Allie. And I'm like, okay, I get confused between the two of you, but now that I can actually see you in person, I know the differences between the Zap Alley and the Tetris Alley. And we're going to be seeing the Tetris Alley. So yeah, I got to say hi to Allie before this, and I was like, hey, maybe I get to calm you, and here we are.
And here we are. Yeah.
Look at that. Showing off the pictures. If I recall, I believe April had those little pictures, so it's being shown off.
I believe there are 12. There's 11 or 12 different cards that you can collect at this event from different artists.
Oh.
I personally have 4. And I
You
didn't.
have 4?
I have 4. I didn't bring them with me here at the desk today, but if you are able to find these artists and see them with their cards and their little baggies of cards, make sure that you grab one, because this is a really cool thing that they got to put together. And I'm sorry, the name of the project escapes me at the moment, but it is a wonderful thing, and these artists get to kind of like make a piece and share their art with everybody, and also kind of get to brand for themselves, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, they really get to. So we see all the different cards. What is it? Dynamo Deep Blue's been there, and everyone's getting their little weapon things. I know I've got my little fancy Hydra on my badge, so I gotta rep the weapon you have. And I see a lot of people clipping those to the badges. It's like cool. You get to see the weapons represent. But yeah, the artists are really good. I've yet to take a look around there just because I wasn't at the venue yesterday. But just here, having Splatoon in its own space, because the last 2 lands I've been at, which has been G7 and LTC, they're both shared with the Smash scene. So this is much more spacious. You get to just see the specific Splatoon people, and it's so nice.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that, actually, that in a resort space, as Kalahari is, that there are a lot of different convention halls, so everybody kind of gets to have their own space. Which is really nice, and you have the Smash folks all together, you have the Rivals of Aether folks all together, and then you have a Splatoon folks all together, and I mean there's a little bit of like intermingling, I feel like, between the games, but I think it's nice, especially with all of the setup and the tech, that you're able to kind of have your own space.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're just getting set up here. We see that there's the predictions going on. They've got a big prediction for Fartos to take this here. Fartos making their name relatively known in a lot of past events. For those who see like the victory posts from IPL and other tournaments, Fartos is usually up on top there. They've been making their name known well-known players, and all of that good stuff.
I'm just like looking over at the stats here. For our little information with peppered crabs, we have a picture of somebody's dog named Ella. we like Ella. We salute you, Ella.
Yeah, and then I believe the Fartos name is a mixture of 2 Pokemon, if I remember correctly, from hearing the backstory of that.
So it's not about farts. It has nothing to do with farts.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. And everybody thought that at first, in all honesty. But I believe it is a mixture. I can't remember the other one, but it's of Farfetch'd and something else.
Okay.
I just cannot remember what the second one is off the top of my head.
I mean, even Farfetch'd is enough. That's all you had to say.
But yeah, so we've got those 2 teams. This should be good too, because both teams have well-known players, like past Crustacean Crusaders members, and of course a lot of people just already know the members of Fartos.
Yeah.
But looking at the maps here going into round 2, starting back on Anchovy, but it's going to be tower control this time. So we're going to see some more tight space tower taking when it comes to getting into the opposing street up on window and stuff there.
And that my favorite checkpoint, like, I don't know if people have a favorite checkpoint at a place like in a map in a place, but I think on Anchovy Tower, my favorite is that second one right below the arcade.
I've never heard of anyone having a favorite checkpoint.
Like there's a good fight that happens at that second checkpoint.
Fair enough. I think it's got the most action to really look at, and it has the most thing. I know for me, it's just like when it comes to checkpoints, it's like, okay, the first one always sucks.
Yeah.
The second one is like, okay, now this is where it counts.
Yeah.
This is where the clutch moments happen.
No more messing around.
But here we go. We are already rolling on to round 2 with Peppered Crabs versus Fartos.
We have a double end zap coming out on the side of Fartos.
The good old, they're gonna really get those specials out for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Have to agree with you there. Bandit having a good little setup on the left fan there, trying to look for the pick, looking for folks that are coming on to the other fan, and you have a little bit of a firefight happening on the right side. The tower being taken first by Fartos, making its way to that first checkpoint. Again, Bandit trying to look for that pick and being a good watchful eye for their teammates. Booyah Bomb coming in on the side of Fartos, kind of scattering the members of Peppered Crabs a little bit, but also missiles coming out and making sure to push people back from that tower. And I did misspoke earlier. This is my favorite checkpoint, this first checkpoint right here. This first checkpoint. Right below this drop area where the arcade is at, because I always feel like you never know what's going to come over that hump. A nice double pick by Payne and 3 members down on the side of Fartos.
Payne just standing, causing pain, right? Got to live up to the name. And it looks like the 52 there managing a very narrow escape there. Just slipped underneath the wall and got away. I was surprised they managed to go away, but here comes the Booyah. Looks like Ali does get taken down by Eris, is just saving the Booyah bomb. Didn't want to get it shred. It looks like Payne's still in this corner. You see so many distraction brushes and stuff, but Payne here is actually going to be the extra for Ali here to help get Ali in and get some work done. But the 52 hopping up immediately, being really aggro, getting 2 picks. What a pick right away.
It looks like we have members of Peppered Crabs trying to spawn back in on that top snipe right there. You have their K-Gal player kind of trying to save that Booyah Bomb and use it for the right time when they can. You have a suction bomb rush coming out from the tower from Bandit. Bandit in a good position too to kind of post up on that first checkpoint and making sure that nothing is going to come around from the flank. But it looks like members of Peppered Crabs are actually kind of trapped in their spawn area. Fartos is doing a really good job of trying to kind of hold them back into that pit area with a double special coming out on the side of Peppered Crabs. Trying to make sure that they can kind of bust back in.
That's a wipe. That is a delayed wipe on the side of Fartos, and now it is time for Peppered Crabs to come back forward. They should be able to make a decent push here. Ali is trying to distract the charger, but the 52 does see. Looks like Ali's trying to pick off the 52. It looks like nobody went down yet. They're both keeping themselves alive. Missiles coming out, just kind of distracting some members. We see Eris trying to go in here, but is about to get pinched by Payne and the 52 here. And look at Ali just coming in from the side. This is another classic pinch setup that a Tetris player can do. And it's, again, basically a delayed 3 for Fartos. Ali here trying to get this last one. They have reclaimed the lead. What an amazing push-up into the spawn by Peppered Crabs.
And Ali coming in and helping pinch from the side, I think really helped him out here with that. And Payne trying to hold onto the tower, trying to kind of hide behind it and not get seen or found by Bandit or other members of Fartos, but the tower is now going back. 38 is a wonderful lead so far.
It is a nice lead. However, one solid special push in that corner, and it can turn around really quickly because there's a lot of tight spaces to come back in on defense, or on like offense to secure. And it could be difficult, but however, you can see this already. The 52 is trying to move up with another teammate with Bandit on the side. It looks like the one Ali's trying to come around from behind, trying to distract, and it looks like they did take some members away from the tower, so they're not as far ahead. But the Booyah Bomb's coming out, Eris riding. You see Locke just waiting to go in, missiles coming out. They're being a little passive here. But, oh, here we go. I say that, and the 52 just goes right in. However, armor comes out. Booyah Bomb comes out. This should be 2. They did take the lead. 1 point. What a push. They just went for it like, we're so close. We can do this. We got this. And now there is a minute left, and Peppered Crabs have to find their way in to try to do this all over again.
Ooh, the 52 was trying to get get the jump on that jump, and then they were unable to do it. Unfortunately, the members of Fartos were able to defend their teammates really well, and then and now we have Fartos on the tower, pushing the tower back to where first checkpoint was. Unfortunately, having to jump off. I think Tim kind of putting down some good cover fire and making sure to utilize the range as much as they can to push the members of Fartos back. You have Ali kind of coming down into the middle here, having in a firefight with the K-Gal, and almost becoming a trade, but Ali unfortunately getting taken down, and Pain going down as well. There are 2 down on the side of Pepper Crabs.
There's not a lot of time left, and this is pretty much, with where Peppered Crabs are right now. They're really far back. They're really going to have to bolt forward to get the tower. Ali was going to be the closest one, but Ali gets picked off right away. Missiles coming out. That's going to be game. There's some screeches going on in the crowd. You can hear it all going. Again, 1 point difference. Going from the last game of last set to the first game of this set. I said it was going to be close, and now we're seeing, in reality, it is legitimately close.
It's very close.
Look at the KAs even. They're not too far off. Of course, the bottom 2 on Peppered Crabs were lower than the bottom 2 on Fartos, but they weren't that far off, even on Synergy and stuff like that. The final come in from Peppered Crabs, you could see it was looking a little rocky because Ali got themselves stuck in a corner with the fan. Pain was trying to get a pick there, but just couldn't finish it off. You could see it was there, it just was not going in their favor. But wow, what pushes from both teams.
Yeah, I'm sad that our camera view kind of had to change a little bit, because I was really wondering what was going on with Ali and the 52 gal, because they both stayed alive for a very long time, and Ali held on to her special for a very long time before using it.
I think what happened there is usually when you see a distraction weapon in base like that, and you can't pick it off right away, and you see it backs up in a far corner, it's their way of saying, hey, come this way. Come this way, right? Because I want to take you away from play. I want to fight you. I want to try to make sure I splat you. But instead, what most people will do will be like, okay, they're out of the way. We can just focus on objective now. And that's what happened there. Although then when the time mattered, you could see the 52 actually did try to go in and refight the Tetris. It's just Ali got what she wanted and was able to get the pick on the 52. So the pinch ended up working out in return. But the 52 able to go in when they needed, when it was the time that mattered, is when they went in to pick off the Tetris. But here we go. It is
a hat change from Ali.
A hat change.
We're still here with the Tetris, but we do have an outfit change.
Yes, we have the good old classic Mountie hat, but also this is Rainmaker Black Belly. We're gonna see Stingrays all game.
All day, and there's a Stingray on each side, and it's gonna just be a matter of who can utilize it better and who can I don't know, just save it for the right moment, right place, right time. A lot of Rainmaker is being at the right place at the right time, and it's not over till it's over.
Pretty much. We saw one already one backing up just to go into defense here. We see the T-Tech there trying to get a splat in the corner, but going down. Tim putting out the Ray. Rainmaker is still alive, 1 for 1. There isn't really a good way to push at the moment. All people are up. It looks like the Rainmaker did get caught in the corner. It looks like they wanted to go for pop. The Tetris are down. They notice one's on the side here, one in middle. It's just kind of a neutral game right now. There's really no advantage. Pain coming in, seeing this here, and just the K-Pro not able to get their shots on in time. And we have a NZAP 1v1 here. Who's going to get the win? It's going to be Pain with getting that little bit of extra height advantage, able to take that 1v1 win off lock.
Yeah, that was a good little height advantage by Pain, a good double pick, taking the lead on the side of Peppered Crabs. And we have a double Ray coming out on both sides, and the Ray for Fartos taking out the Rainmaker holder on Peppered Crabs.
Also, I just realized that Pain is the splash, not the NZAP.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if the shoe fits. No, I'm just kidding. They look really similar. A good pick for Eris going down half pipe, taking the Rainmaker down half pipe and trying to look for those picks. A double pick by Eris. Eris kind of looking to see if they can get up onto this hill.
Yep.
And then, they take the lead right there. Ali doing some good cover fire and using that splashdown to kind of keep them back, with Burst Bomb and Auto Bomb coming down and taking the Rainmaker out at the 48 mark.
I love that movement that Eris did with the Rainmaker. Knows where the count is, just took the roundabout way to dodge all the fire, gets the lead, and backs up for cover. And then looking to see if maybe it can be extended. Even though it couldn't, lead is secured right now. There's still a lot of time left in this game. Anything can happen, and a lot of things can go wrong, especially on this map.
Well, I feel for Ali right here, getting those double hit markers and not actually finding the pick. I feel that in my soul. I really do.
I love this game of peekaboo that was being played.
Yeah.
Locke able to win it, just barely. It was really close there, but able to get that win. Missiles coming out, finding the last two. Looks like it was only locked onto one though. Chickens being thrown to displace, just getting a lot of paint. You can see the control is here right now. It's trying to be in fartos' favor, but it looks like one member does go down in the half pipe. So Peppered Crabs, they do have a slight opening here, but not for long. They do pop armor. Ray, they're going to try to make something happen in mid here. Let's see what they can do.
Ali did a good job of using that splashdown to kind of add more green to the path. Tim kind of running in from the rear and picking it up, but unfortunately the Ray taking them out with some help from Eris, and a trade happens, and the members of Peppered Crabs are now wiped, and you can hear the members of Fartos at the event here yelling that it's time to go and it's time to move, and they make the Rainmaker pop, but nobody picks it up quite yet because it looks like they're trying to find their pathway, like a clear pathway. And Bandit and Ali kind of fighting in the corner over there, and Spazu's trying to kind of help out with that as well. And they're looking at the right side here, and but it looks like the members of Peppered Crabs are kind of keen on that, and we're able to stop them in the middle part.
It's still early here. Oh, here they go. The Rainmaker, Ray, Bomb Rush. This is looking really good for Peppered. But Locke.
Yeah.
Oh, they did get it.
Lead.
Oh, that was tight. Locke just coming in a little bit too far behind, but the lead has been reclaimed by Peppered Crabs, and they're going to go even
take
further.
It for a little bit further. Oh,
Bandit coming back in, able to stop that, but still, this is looking really solid here. Getting up to 24, less than a minute left. It is Rainmaker, though. You can make a lot of things go on here. Stingray and Armor are online for Fartos. Pain here in the corner, just waiting to see if someone's going to run into them and go from there. But it's spotted out. That is a good thing. That member of Fartos knows that Pain is up here, and it looks like they're trying to get them off of the snipe point while they're going to try to find a push from Rainmaker. I just love seeing this view. What you can see from these people who shark. Going in, not able to find one right away on the drop, and just messing up the mechanics. You could see that Pain was trying to set that up so well, but just missed the drop. Initial pick. Here comes the Stingray fight.
The double G, the double Ray fight. But Eris is trapped in that corner down below.
And goes down.
4 seconds left remaining. Can Fartos pop it? And no, they cannot. That was a good game for Peppered Crabs. That little special push that we saw when Peppered Crabs made their last push into taking lead in that last minute there. Wowie zowie, man. You had armor coming out. You had the bomb rush going. You had bubbles as well. Or no, there was no bubbles. You had bomb rush coming in, armor coming in at the same time, and you could just see as the suction bombs were getting thrown. You could see the Rainmaker kind of like. That was like painting the path for the Rainmaker.
Yep,
to
it was.
secure the
It
lead.
was, and you don't want to go too far in those bombs because you really got to time them, especially with a bomb rush. It's like, shoot, I need this to happen now. But bombs, did they just throw it? Is it about to explode? Which one's which? And in this case, like Locke just from respawn, just coming in there, it's just literally 1 second too late. But Locke was right there, just couldn't find the shots, especially with the different terrain as well. Makes it a lot harder to find and all that. But we are at 1-1 here in round 2. We're moving on to Clamblet Snapper Canal, and this is where we're going to see if these two teams' synergy is going to pay off. And now with Peppered Crabs, there's a few members being picked up from other teams versus Fartos, who has, it looks like, I believe that they have at least one sub, but they are more of the established team. And usually the established teams are the ones that will will thrive more on a map like Snapper Clams. But many have proven that wrong. That even though pickup teams who like still find that they can work well together and all that. They can develop that synergy in like minutes flat, and they can make anything happen.
Yeah, and I feel like Snapper Clams especially that's a really hard one to find synergy on. It's like you said, if you're a more established team and a team that I feel like plays more regularly, more often, and for longer, that finding that synergy and having it naturally occur is going to be so much better, and it's going to be in your favor. But Snapper Clams is a tough one because there's multiple ways that you can kind of bust in and try to get the ball in, and it's just kind of a matter of utilizing the right moment to be able to do that.
All right, fartos sticking with the same comp that's been working for them, the double zap, Jet, and the 52. It looks like we're seeing a C-Jet from Bandit this time. Tim bringing out the heavy remix. Here we go, Splatling time again.
This is a good map. This is a very good map for Remix, and it's a good map, I feel, for Splatlings in general. They really are able to thrive here. There's a lot of height advantage. And there's a lot of lookout points.
It's actually a 50-50. Yes, there's a lot of height advantage and lookout points, but for where you want to be in play, it's actually a lot more vulnerable. And that way the backlines will get picked off and more stuck in special pushes, I find. So it's kind of a 50-50. Yes, they can have a lot of power if your teammates help give them the power that they need. Otherwise, it's really easy to keep them locked out and out of play. So they just have to find those right sides. It looks like 2 go down on the side of Peppered Crabs. And they have 2 power clams just kind of shuffling around there in street. But fartos here just trying to find some extra picks. It looks like their gray zap goes down. And Ali here just trying to push street a little bit. A nice wall comes out to help give Bandit some more space to push the Tetras back. Again, those 2 power clams are just floating around on the side of Pepper Crab's side. But they're really far back, and these 2 power clams are kind of revealing where one of their extra members are. But they are pushed up in the street. However, it is a 1-for-1. Both of the main slayers are down on both teams. And right now, Peppered Crabs just holding out, even in the 3v4, until the one person comes back to find a different way to go in.
And a little bit earlier in the game, Devvy, you could kind of see that Tim was a good drop, I think, of the clam to kind of not give away your position. But also, I think it looked like Tim was trying to see if they could utilize the rail and get a ball in, because their other team member was on the other side with the ball. But unfortunately, fartos' defense in this game so far has been really good. There's no points on the board quite yet, but it's very obvious that fartos has really, really good defense on this map. They know where they need to be, and they're able to utilize the weapons that they have in order to create a really good defense and not allow Peppered Crabs to like really get in or get close.
It took a bit as well, as I'm seeing from both these teams that they're picking a side and committing to it as a whole unit. But it looks like finally one member from fartos is going to take another side, but the NZAP's going to chase it. But however, the zap goes down, and this should be a free opening for fartos. Able to get that clam in. Booyah Bomb's kind of coming down here. And
there's one with the follow-up, and they get another power clam in.
Bandit here just on the tail end of that Booyah from Tim there, going to go down. Locke is the last one kind of alive in the area. Ali jumping in, pushing back Locke. We can see Payne and Ali moving in together, just chasing Locke. Is Locke going to get out of here alive? Yes, they are.
They do. That was a very good retreat, especially with 2 people on their tail, chasing them down. It was a super good retreat, and especially on that rail. Both of them trying to shoot the rail so that it would go back into green while Locke was on the rail, but successfully they made it across.
Oh, the splashdown cancel. Ali was really close to potentially finding that pick, but had to go back as far as possible. And it looks like the 52 able to come in from that from the rail side once again. We can see that fartos has found the opening that Peppered Crabs is giving them, which is the rail side isn't being as much defended, so they were able to use this method twice, and then the rest of the teammates is able to push in through the street side.
Spazu, making it barely past that splashdown, able to get a couple more clams in there. That was wonderful maneuvering, especially being pinched up against that wall.
Now I see Ali looking to try to make a path on the street there. I wonder if maybe Ali's going to try to go up and over. I think that might be the attempted play, but Locke is in the way there. So if Ali does try to come over the flank route, could potentially be stopped. Booyah Bomb missiles. Tim holding onto that Booyah Bomb just to protect themselves from missiles a little bit longer. We're last minute in play. Both zaps are down. Well, the missile zap and the gray zap are down from the 2 teams. And 52 here looking for a pick, but Payne's got a couple ticks on but it looks like probably healed at this point. No, able to win it. What a good, this is the moment. Look at that. It is 3 down. Look at that as a delayed wipe. This could be comeback if they can get a lot. They'll need a lot of clams for this.
They are wiped right now. We're at the 42 mark. Tim has 1 more clam.
Tim's in a good spot.
Yeah, but he looks like he's doing some cover fire because all of the members of Fartos are able to respawn back pretty quickly. And unfortunately, the basket's going to close right at this moment.
Oh, and Payne was just coming back in with some clams too. So now they just need to get the rest of these clams. Allie's going to try to hold up. What a suction bomb placement. I don't know if you saw that, but the suction bomb was right above Allie's head. What a placement of a suction bomb.
Sometimes they go where you need them to, and then sometimes it's a happy accident.
Oh, that is very well said, Sap. Oh, what an analogy. But look at how the members of, oh my goodness, they were positioned so well, but Fartos here popping an armor. Tim here just trying to find a way through.
Trying to look for an opening. Allie gets taken down.
They did have a way opening there when the 2 front lines were fighting in the street and being distracted, but now they've got 2 and 2. It looks like the 52 here just going to put this wall up and be like, there's no way you're getting this. I have a booyah bomb. I have a wall. You want this clam?
Well, you can't have it.
You can't have it. It's like just someone keeping candy from their child. It's just like, you want this? No, you can't have it.
Well, you can't have it. You've had enough.
Vegetables first. But wow, what a game. K-Haze, again, looking close from both sides. It's just the 52 on the side of Fartos, able to come in from the weak side that wasn't being defended as much, and able to get the power clam in. It was interesting because they were seen with the power clam to go ride the rail, but yet most of the attention was at the 3 in front with the ones who didn't have the power clam. And something to note is, like, which side is the power clam actually coming in from? Do we need to shift another one over here, or are we going to keep the 3 in front? Are we going to keep it neutral? So even if the people come in on one side and can come in and score, I didn't see what the clan economy was either, because maybe they could have still made a clam on the other side. But the 52 just able to come in, and then the rest of them cleaned up the battle, and voila.
And we have 42 booyahs from Tim.
But look at everyone else's booyah except for the 52, I believe, is who did not booyah at all. A good old 0 there. But we've got like 42, 20, 4, 20, and then a bunch of 4s and 6s. But again, second spent alive, or second spent splatted and specials per minute. They're not that far off.
Pretty close together. And we're heading on over to Splat Zone's Mako-Mart. This is one of my favorite map mode combos.
I think this is the spiciest map in Splat 2.
Yeah, this is a good map. I will say it's very well balanced for what it is. And we have an E-Leader.
Ah, yes, the good old
into
classic Respawn Punisher E-Leader from Bandit. And I know that this thing is deadly. So Tim's going to definitely have to watch out on the stacks, because Bandit is going to be watching that. And when the E-Leader gets a lot of power, it can really control the stacks. You can see Bandit was really searching for that pick on the Splatling there, but Tim able to move back before the charge was able to come out. Payne bomb rushing here. It looks like there's 2 down on the side of Fartos. Peppered Crabs here taking the zone control. And the Spazu coming in from behind.
Payne
not able to fully cap it though. I think I think just like literally one more slosh could have potentially capped the zone, but they did manage to cap it anyway with the teammates coming in just behind.
Yeah, Spazu getting a good pick on Allie there, on Allie's jump, unfortunately. And then Spazu actually going into spawn and pushing back, and that's going to be lead currently for Fartos. And this is match point for Fartos, so if Fartos takes this game, then they will take the set.
That is true. So yeah, Locke camping underneath. This is kind of the big thing where they want it there. Look at all the members of Peppered Crabs just kind of in that corner on Snipe, right? And look at the members of Fartos just like, yep, we're invading now. We have broken down the barrier.
Yeah, it's time.
Oh, getting picked out in the corner. This is a tight spot for a fight, but Fartos opting to take it anyway. Booyah Bump coming down. Looks like one did get picked. That is 3 down. It is just the leader that was left alive. We see Bandit having to back up, but however, able to get a jump in for the tri-slosher, and Spazu gets 2.
Almost getting the 3rd, but Payne was able to kind of utilize their range.
What a very risky jump in play by the try. Like normally that's something not a lot of people will take because it's just like, oh, it's going to be seen. But no, stealth jump coming in handy there, and just try in the primary spot, able to just go in there. Are they going to be able to? It was one shot short. There we go.
One shot short. There's a lot of special coordination happening here between the Rain and the armor user.
Oh, absolutely.
It's happened at least 3 times now in this game. Every time I see an ink armor coming up on the side of Fartos, I see an ink storm right underneath it, which I think is awesome because that ink storm is just displacing people from going from one side or the other.
Oh,
and then
what
you
a pick by Pain.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
However, Locke is on the zone, just able to just come in, push one off the zone, and can basically cap it solo. They did get a little bit of extra paint cover. Ali is up underneath Snipe, is called out. They want to 3v1 the Tetras, but they do realize that once the Tetras backs up far enough, they don't have to deal with it very much. Zone is the prime priority. They want to make sure they have all hands on deck on the outer corners of zone, and we see that the members of Peppered Crabs have backed up now that Ali is down and respawning. Bandit in a nice spot here. Doesn't have to go too far forward, just so that way when someone does come forward, they're already in the E-leader's range, and that is a potential good snipe shot.
We have the Rain coming out on the right stack there, and a Booyah coming in on the side of Peppered Crabs, taking that their side of the zone, and they are going to cap it right here. Peppered Crabs at the 35 mark, and Fartos at the 16. Peppered Crabs is doing a pretty good job, though, of countering Fartos. I would say Fartos gets like really good foothold going, especially with Bandit watching out for Tim and kind of seeing where that Splatling is and making sure to kind of displace them a little bit. And they're doing a really good job of being able to like follow up and try to counter what's going on in the map. A good pick by Pain and other. I'm sorry, I can't read the language. It's CC. I think Pain and CC are doing a good job of like double zapping and sticking close together. And that suction bomb rush finding that pick.
What a nice push in again by Peppered Crabs. They have some nice Booyah bomb coordination with how they want to do it as well. I also just noticed the whole double Rain zone retake that Fartos is using as a strategy here from the E-leader and the try. However, Peppered Crabs is actually punishing the try a lot more, and if they can hold out just a little bit longer, they could potentially retake lead here.
4 seconds.
The E-leader is painting zone. There's 2 left. The splashdown coming in. They do manage to take lead, and there is 30 seconds left. They are close to the KO. If they can cap this, the penalty will be applied. However, it looks like Zone's just being held on to neutral. The bucket is taken down here. Ali coming in from the side, out of ink.
Out of ink.
What the hell's on?
Out of ink at a not good time, but it ended up being okay.
Oh, wow. And here we are at the, I know it's day 2 of the LAN, but this is day 1, and we are approaching game 5 in round 2 here. So it is 2-2 for these 2 teams right now, and we're going into game 5.
I have to salute Ali in this one, because when she ran out of ink right at the end there, you could just see her looking down like,
where's the ink?
Well, well, that happened.
The nice part is that there was still somebody focused on Ali, even though ink was run out. So while the fight was still happening with Ali, that was less pain on the zone. So it wasn't going to be able to cap, neutralize, or potentially get overtime just there. So it ended up working out in Ali's favor. And that's always what a Tetra wants.
She was still able to get that distraction and get that attention on her and away from the objective, and it regardless of her circumstances at the end there, it still worked out in her favor.
Look at the kills with special weapon. Look at this graph. There was nothing, and then kills with sub weapon. Just Eris takes it with 2. I don't think I've seen the bare graph of that, of the picks with the main, but of course we had a lot of like side specials there, so unless we really got caught into them, it was going to be a bit difficult. Looks like they're giving the MVP to Pain with the 18-2 KA, 3 splats per minute, 12 deaths, 8 specials. Yeah, that's a lot of going around for Pain there.
Round of applause, Pain. We salute you.
We've been doing a lot of saluting. Also, time with the zone as well was pretty good. It was neutral for a good minute and some, and then the holding time just under or just over a 10-second difference. But game 5, we're going into TC on main stage, and Ali's going to have a heyday here with this being Flank Mania.
Making sure, Fartos really needs to make sure that they are watching their flanks here, especially because Ali will be on those flanks, and she will be looking for the pick and looking for the distraction. So So Fartos has got their work cut out for them on this one.
They really do, and here we go, already seeing it again. And the nice thing here is that Ali actually opted to run for a little bit rather than painting to make themselves known. And that is a big deal when it comes to doing kind of a starting flank here. If you want to make yourself known that, hey, I'm on this side by putting paint down, or if you're going to run on the grate so you're invisible and they don't fully know.
We have Tim getting up on the tower here, but immediately getting pushed off by a suction bomb and by Bandit using the vanilla jet squelcher. And then we have Pain kind of on the follow-up from that kill, and it looks like there's a bit of a 1v1 happening here by that box.
You gotta love boxes. They could really help you. However, the 1v1 was taken around, and then it looks like a member of Peppered Crabs is able to come in and help. Tim getting missiled on the tower, opting to take it. We can see Pain, Ali moving back because there was bombs, there was stuff being thrown at them from the top right there. We can see Locke, Eris coming in. Pain going into the base here and getting one pick. That's pretty big. And trying to get the pinch. 2 down on the side of Fartos. Eris just going to stay on top here on the top left, just kind of out of the way here. Missiles coming out from Bandit. We see a Booyah Bomb coming out. This might get shredded. Oh, no, they just managed to survive.
Barely, just barely.
Just barely. What a wall.
Ooh,
what a wall.
Ooh, Bandit. That was a great double pick by Bandit. Are they going to get the third? No, but they get the assist. 3 members down on the side of Peppered Crabs. Peppered Crabs, though, taking it to the 40 mark, which is pretty good. That's a pretty good push, and especially impressive with Tim using that Booyah Bomb more as like a defensive mechanic against the missiles versus actually using it offensively, but it was able to survive and actually not get shredded, not only by the missiles, but also being shot at by Bandit.
Sometimes it truly is your only way out, and that was one way to do it. But we see the Splatling getting caught underneath here by the classic wall, and Spazu able to come in and get a pick here. Booyah Bomb coming out. There's 2 members down on the side of Peppered Crabs. Oh, Ali gets picked by the Booyah Bomb on top. Spazu's going crazy right now with the 52. Had a great wall play. Almost went down to the bomb, but stopped mid-jump. Look at these picks left and right, and again, the lead is so close to being taken, but all members of Peppered Crabs are coming in on the massive tower defense. The wall's on the tower. It is a 1-point difference, and they take lead. Ooh. They took lead.
It's a big firefight here happening at checkpoint 2. Pain was kind of dancing around the tower there and getting taken out, and we have Peppered Crabs, or we have Fartos going for it now. They're on their way to that second checkpoint. Last checkpoint. They're on their way to checkpoint number 3 in the pit area, and this is where it is really going to count here if they are able to kind of get something going and take it all the way. But it looks like the members of Peppered Crabs are able to spawn in pretty quickly. Another wall on the tower. The wall placement on this tower today with Fartos has been just excellent. Excellent wall placement. Almost every single wall I have seen, except like maybe one, has been placed on the tower.
Yeah, the walls have been so greatly placed this game. Like, there was 2 of them for Bandit, there was 2 of them for themselves, and just on the tower, just really have that practiced and down. You can just see that, because that's not an easy thing to do. The 52 is still here.
Yeah, and
Spazzo's just saying, this is my home now.
Yeah, I live here.
It looks like Tim went down. It looks like Peppered Crabs are trying, but they're coming in 1 by 1 now. You can see the panic here. This would be a great time to just kind of refresh themselves. Ali's up on top. I think they're gonna try to come from behind here, but it looks like nope. Eris is on the tower, and they are just kind of stuck in behind. But Fartos coming in at the end there, and they take this set 3-2. But what a set! What a set!
Truly. For me, the MVP of that game had to be Spazu.
It had to.
Because every wall that they were putting up was ending up on that tower. And also at the same time, you have to appreciate being able to react quick enough mid-air, jumping into a suction bomb, and just not moving forward. Yeah, just dropping.
That is hard. It's just like I see it. Oh, nope, this is bad, going down. But yeah, no, that was pretty crazy at the end there, and you could see at the very end they panicked, Peppered Crabs. You could see it just coming in from the corner. The fights weren't as clean as they were being taken from earlier on. You could see they were trying from the different points, but it was just too far away. The objective just slipped away as soon as the fights were being won on Fartos' side, and they just secured their victory there. Here we go with some more stats. Seconds spent on objective. Of course, we see Bandit taking the majority of tower at the end there. And we see both Spazu, Locke, and Eris are relatively even on that one. Tim, of course, being the primary tower rider for Peppered Crabs. Second spent down, Payne, Ali, Spazu. Yeah, of course, the front lines, we'll see that. Eris hardly going down. So the support staying alive, able to get those armors out and paint. Specials charge per minute. Yep, that looks about right.
Yeah, that's about right. Yep.
Seeing from the last and knowing the 2 weapons that they were. Bandit with the missiles, Eris with the armor, Lock with the missiles. You know. That's kind of how it rolls.
That's how it is.
In Splat 2's current meta.
And there we go. Kills with main weapon. You have Spazzy right at the top there.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Spazu taking it there, followed by Bandit. Spazu and Bandit really had some good team pairing there during that game, especially during the defense on the top right. That would have been the most solid moment that we saw from the defense with the wall out, even though that was when the one lead was reclaimed on the one side. It was still solid defense. Like, sometimes you just have to let that happen and then go in and go back and just push back and get it back. And they just knew they could do it. Once you can pull it off the first time, you can definitely do it a second time as long as you keep yourself together, collected, and all that stuff.
Well, you gotta hand it to Bandit too at that one point from defending from the high point, especially with that wall coming out and still taking the pick, even though the wall was set. And then going for the triple, looking for the triple, looking for it. But then unfortunately,
yeah, they just made it so that the ones on tower couldn't shoot back up at Bandit.
Just made it.
So it was just free fishing for Bandit.
They were in the right place, right time.
Oh, absolutely. But yes, round 2 has finished there. I wonder if other sets went into. Oh, I can see who's coming up on stage here, and I'm already kind of a big fan. As a coach of AV, I can already see that members of AV are walking up on stage for who we're going to see in this next round. I'm not too sure who their opponents are, but if I can remember what their name is. I know it's the I'm going to go hunting now.
We have Power of the Cheat Sheet.
Power of the Cheat Sheet, yes. Power of the. I don't know why I'm blanking on this one. I just know, like, you know, the main people who are on it. Oh yes, Rise and I can't say the second word.
Trojan.
Yeah, I apologize. I can't say. Anywho, a Pikmin theme, in a way, but mix of Semi Rise and Shine and Aquatic Vanguard. Is this team, but again, I'm not too sure who their opponents are. I didn't quite see who else was up there, but we will find out relatively quickly. But yeah, we got Pock, Twig, Shmeeb, Drew, and second